What is good, everybody? Today we're back with brand new WWE action figure surgery for you here on the weekend, man. Got a lot of great stuff planned for you here today as we have another great episode planned for you here, man. So we have a lot of figures here. You'll probably notice a lot of Usos here. We got Jey Uso, we got Jimmy Uso, we got a lot of cool fix-ups that we're planning here today. Got a couple Cenas as well that I'm pumped about. I think that's going to be pretty sweet and everything like that, man. So today we're going to get into it, man. You guys know how we do. If you've never been to WWE action figure surgery, this is our long-running episodic series where I take minifigures from my WWE action figure collection and then we fix them up in some way, make them better, change them up, customize them in some certain way, hopefully teaching you how you can fix up your own figures, or maybe you want to copy the fix-up or formula, or maybe it inspires you to do your own fix-up or formula that you can think of using your own wrestling action figure collection. We go through different things, you know, we teach you how to part swap, we teach you how to do all those things, and that is what action figure surgery is all about, man. So with that being said, let's dive into what we're going to talk about, and we always start off with the guy on the stretcher, and today it just happens to be John Cena himself. Now you're probably wondering what in the hell is this figure over here. So I really can't remember the origins of this figure. I want to say this was either a part of some unboxing a long time ago, or maybe on an episode of Surgery we made this guy somehow by doing a head swap or something like that, and we just threw it on there and it looks hilarious. It's obviously way too oversized, whatever, but this is an Elite 40 Cena. But today we're finally going to be adding a John Cena attire to my collection that I have not ever had, and it's kind of crazy that we're going to be doing that here today. This figure is very old, it's kind of loose. Honestly, in a perfect world, I would buy a brand new one of these, and I need to because this one's kind of beat up, but it's going to be a placeholder for today because you guys, like, look at his legs already spreading out. I mean, that is pretty damn annoying. But anyways, we're going to be taking this Cena, and we're going to be making two different Cenas out of this one Cena, okay? So this is the top picks from a couple years ago, and what we're going to be doing is making a kind of modern day John Cena or Undisputed Champion 2025 version of John Cena, and then we're going to be making his 2015-ish run of the green and orange gear right here. And this is an attire that I've never had before. I've never had the orange and green like this. I've had the orange, never had the flip reversal of it in the green. And this is a huge shout out to my man, the Fig Freak, who's an absolute boss. He's a beast at surgery, man. He comes up with like the most unbelievable fix-ups and customs. You need to go follow him on Instagram. If you guys enjoy, you know, like different customs and figure photography and just, I don't know, getting a lot of just creative value out of your collection, you need to follow the Fig Freak. But he hooked me up with these shirts out at WrestleMania, and this is one of the ones that I have never owned, and I got to make this. So what we're going to do, follow along with me here. We're going to be doing a head swap, obviously, because this one is not going to fly. And with that gear, he always wore black shorts for whatever reason, so that's kind of what we're going for here today. So we're going to use the Elite 40 as the base. We're going to do a head swap with this basic 100 over to here, and then we're going to put this shirt on here, and you're probably like, well, bro, those arms are not going to work. That's in teal. And you're right. So we're going to do an arm swap with these arms, and this is off of a basic John Cena from back in the day that features the armbands. Now, I know they are painted on. They're not sculpted on, but this is before, you know, all the cool kids started sculpting the bands onto the arms. So we're going to put these arms into here, putting that shirt on there, putting that smiling face on there, and then we're going to finish it up with the Elite 46 hat. And you're probably wondering why I don't just use the Elite 46 arms. These are not the Elite 46 arms because around that time they were experimenting with like a really they're not unique. It's not unique at all, but it was not the traditional single jointed arm. It was like this weird elbow joint that created a pokey deal right here. It was very odd. So we're going to be combining all that together. Now, that takes care of that version of Cena. However, that does not take care of this over here to make a modern day 2025 Cena. And how we're going to do that and complete that is we're going to be putting this pissed off John Cena Elite head sculpt over here. I think it was Elite 76 John Cena. We're going to put that head sculpt on there, and then we're just going to put this chain gang hat on there just as a placeholder and just kind of cover up that hair right there so that it just looks like a pissed off heel John Cena in the kind of black gear that he's been wearing. So until I get a championship, until we get some other things in here, it's just a placeholder for now. I know we're going to get mini gears and things like that. I understand. I could get decals and stuff like that. I don't want to, all right? I'm trying to make my own modern version, and you can copy that and make your own modern version as well. not based on the heel turn, but what he's wearing week to week on WWE television. Now, let's dive into what we got to do next. And what we got to do next is we're going to be making a Roman Reigns fix-up. So this Roman Reigns fix-up is kind of interesting. You know, if you guys missed our WrestleMania 41 custom Roman Reigns the other day, you need to go check that video out. It was a lot of fun. It's a tutorial like this, but I show you how you make your own. But I have so many, and I mean so many, of these damn Roman Reigns bodies. I have so many Roman Reigns figures, bro. You wouldn't even believe it. I have like 10 or 11, maybe even 13 of this base body double jointed Roman. And so I got to come up with some cool ideas. I do have a lot of ideas. I just, you know, they come slowly over time. So you have to, you know, when I have an idea, I'm like, you know what, let's run it. Let's see what comes of it. So we're going to do a boot swap between these two figures. So you're thinking, you're like, what the hell is that? These are black and white Big E boots. I'm going to put those onto this Roman Reigns, so we're going to put that over there. I think it will work, hopefully. If not, well, then I failed catastrophically, but I think that will work. And after we do that right there, I'm experimenting with some stuff. I know for a fact I want to put this Superman t-shirt on there, like the Roman Reigns Superman tee on there. And then I don't know if I want him gauntletless with a watch, or I'm going to put all black gauntlets with the hang loose hand right here. So I don't know. It'll just depend. I don't know what I'm going to do there. We'll kind of cross that bridge when we come to it, see what, you know, what happens with it. And then I'm going to put this pissed off man bun Roman Reigns head sculpt on it, just as a little fix up Roman Reigns. So, I don't know, making that WrestleMania 41 Roman Reigns, I was like, you know what, man, we may be able to experiment with some different Roman Reigns and Big E's. So that's kind of what we got here today. I think that one's going to be pretty cool. I think that one's going to end up nice. So hopefully that one will turn out good. And then finally, we got to get some Usos made, all right? So there's a lot of Usos here. I understand that. So one thing I'm going to attempt to do is create a matching version of Jay to go with Jimmy. So what that looks like is taking the Elite 114 Chase Jimmy and doing a leg swap with the Elite 106 Jay over here. And I think the reds match up close enough. If they're not the same red, they're very, very close. So we're just going to do a leg swap here because these legs are god-awful. And I want to have a Jay to match this Jimmy in this same look. And if I'm able, dude, I really want to get some red. Like, I have a few of this figure, but I really want to get a version where I can switch their shoes for black shoes and then give them black sleeves. That's something I really want to do, so we'll see about that, but I definitely want to do that fix up. Another one I want to do is take this Jimmy. I'm going to leave this as Jimmy. So we're going to keep this as Jimmy. We're going to put this white sleeve onto Jimmy. So you'd have that. So just stay with me here. Put that white sleeve on Jimmy. Take this Top Picks Jay, switch his legs with this Jimmy. So now they'll have the same pants mold. They'll have the same shoe mold. Then switch this white sleeve onto this Jay. So they'll both have matching pants, matching sleeves. Then, I know, just stay with me, do a head swap so that this one with the new look won't have the blue in his hair. We're going to do a head swap with this Elite 114 Chase that doesn't have anything. That way you put the all black onto that head sculpt and then you get the blue onto the Chase blue. Does that make sense? I know I had to lay out every damn Uso figure to try to configure all this together. But then we're going to put the I'ma Get 'em shirts on there with the tassels kind of cut. And I know it's not necessarily an Uso shirt, but you could make it an Uso shirt, bro. So then they'll be in these black and white gears. And then we're going to put this Usos hat onto Jimmy. It's going to look like a sick pair of Usos, man. So yeah, we got a lot to do. A lot going on. I know that was word salad, so hopefully you could follow along with the class. But let's shut the hell up and get into the surgery itself. All right, man. First order of business. I mean, I guess we're just going to heat up as much as humanly possible, right? I mean, that's kind of the story. So I guess we can start off with this Cena. We're going to remove this bicep band because I don't want that to melt on you. That will definitely melt on you, dude. I'm so glad they got rid of these like rubbery pieces and started sculpting on bands, except for that damn Walmart 3-pack with the 04 Cena, which it makes no sense to me, but who am I, man? But we're going to heat up all that right there so all that can get heated up together. We don't really matter about the lower body at this juncture, so we are going to be switching that out. I think I did make this head sculpt interchangeable, but we'll put it in there just so it gets heated up. Then we are going to be putting these arms in here again so we can switch them. I know it's single jointed, but until they re-release that or something like that, I really don't care if they're single jointed. Then, what else do we need, or what else can we do here? there's definitely more we can do. I guess we could heat up the boots of the Roman Reigns and the Big E, just to even see if that's plausible. So we'll do that right there. Now, I am kind of taking a risk here because I don't like to keep the gauntlets on right there. Probably should remove them, but I don't think the heat's not going to be close enough in proximity, I don't think, to do some damage. So we will see about that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit there. And then we got to hit the Big E as well. And I think the Roman Reigns head sculpt we're going to use is interchangeable, so that's good as well. But the Big E boots are not interchangeable, so we do have to heat these up. Oh, dude, this may end up beautiful. All right, then I think we could just do all of our Uso stuff together, potentially. Thinking head swaps. Head swaps are interchangeable. The legs, yeah, dude, I'm not going to do the legs right here, man. Maybe you could do an arm or two, but I just think we need to wait. Let's just wait. Let's just hit all this. Let's see if we can get these fix-ups done, and then we can run it back and see what we can get. All right, man, placing it together here. I don't think it would require just the most ungodly amount of heat, but we haven't done an arm swap. Like, arm swaps, man, used to be all the rage until they switched to double-jointed arms. Hate to see it. I mean, you can still do them. It's just different, but not that they don't happen, because we do sleeve swaps and stuff. I just feel like it's not near as often unless it's a sleeve. All right, man, hopefully that is enough. Let's find out if we can make it happen. I think the biggest thing, not really the boots here, but that'll pop off right there. And then this will pop off right there. Got those Roman boots. And then we have the Big E boots here. Bang and bang. Guess we could put the Roman boots onto the, I guess, Big E if we wanted to. But I guess we can maybe pop these in here already. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So then bang, that's in there. And then for the Cena, bang, like that. Not this head sculpt. We need the basic 100. Gonna be popping that off. I knew it was interchangeable, so not the biggest deal here. Just like that. Popping that off. Popping that off, coming right here, pop these basic arms into here, just like so, and then bang, dude, that's a great base. And then we're gonna take this heel head sculpt, pop it onto this. Oh, that goes way too deep, so we're gonna have to put it on there correctly. Oh, Lord. Alrighty. Now what's interesting is now we have to, like, dress all these figures, which is just insane. But, so you have this one here. You gotta dress this guy up. Dang, he's looking good, man. Look at that right there. We gotta dress him up, we gotta dress Roman up, and we gotta dress the heel. Well, the heel Cena, that's pretty easy. We could go ahead and do that right now. So you have that, and then, look, you just put this hat on here. And bang. You can see him at the end of the video. Hat fits all damn weird because that head sculpt's so damn massive. Nonetheless, we can put our shirt onto this Cena and plop this on here. And he didn't tell me who made this shirt. I think he said a buddy of his maybe, but it seems very high quality and it's non-Velcro. Hold up, I'm gonna have to get this over the head sculpt here. There you go, and then we're gonna plop this hat on here, and then you guys will see him at the end. So 2 Cenas down. I guess there's only 2 Cenas in this episode, so both Cenas are now completed, so love to see that. And then as far as Roman Reigns, I think what I'm going to do is leave the gauntlets on there and just switch it to the black and then put this Superman t-shirt on there. And I think this is going to still make for a pretty cool figure regardless. Still need that damn white head of the table shirt, man. Never got that one, like in figure form. I know we got a basic of it, but they're not going to make it now. It's too late now. Oh yeah, dude, he's looking, look at this guy, dude. It's going to look sick. Put the head sculpt on. Put the other black gauntlet on here. Wish we had a black sculpted gauntlet, but we'll put this hang loose hand in there, and that'll be cool. And all right, we'll see him at the end. And all right, man, we're moving into our last project, but it's going to be one that's like decent size here. And the thing about it is we got to remove all these damn cloth goods, which actually makes me vomit. I don't want to have to do this, but it's we talk about it all the time, and you have to. Okay, it's not really an ask. Okay, and I'll be honest with you, the shirts that come on this Elite 114 Jimmy are kind of a pain because they have no Velcro, but you can't just remove his arms, and they're not stretchy, bro. So it takes some effort here to get these shirts off. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not the easiest thing. His whole damn hair fell off. I'm about to rip his whole damn face off if he doesn't let the damn shirt come off the top of his head. Okay, all right. I guess we can just, like, does he need the head right now? Does he need his head sculpt? All right, so we're going to heat this up like so, and we have to heat up a lot of figures like that, so we're just going to leave him there. Luckily, the Elite 106J has a Velcro shirt, and apparently the strongest damn Velcro I've ever seen in the history of the world. So we got to heat both of these up, so that's good. That's terrific. Hopefully the reds match close enough. That's all I'm going to say on that. We also have to heat up this white sleeve right here of this Jimmy, which I guess we could put right there. Hopefully that would work. Oh, man. Remember, we were going to switch these heads, so we're going to pop this head off and put it onto this, and this one's going to go over here because it's got the blue tail, as you guys can see there. Matches the sleeve and everything, so that's just a really basic and easy swap right there. We're gonna take this shirt off because we're heating this guy up too, unfortunately. So we're gonna pop that onto here, and then we are gonna heat up. The only thing that sucks about both these J's is they have the Daniel Bryan torso, okay? And don't get me wrong, that is gonna bother me, okay? It is gonna bother me. I'm not gonna lie to you and say, oh, it's not gonna bother me. Oh, it sure as hell is gonna bother me, okay? It is gonna bother me. However, sometimes you just gotta do shish, man. It sucks, but it's just what you gotta do. And you know what also bothers me? I have to remove this shirt from this Jimmy right here just to heat up the arm. So yeah. But I'm going to have to remove the shirt anyway, so that at least gives me some hope there. Wow, that was way easier than the first time. Maybe that's the method. Put the arm out and then just go straight over the head there. So I guess maybe we could, oh dude. If we end up pulling this off, actually may be one of the more magical ones that we've ever done in the history of the world. So we'll have to see. But then we do have one last Jimmy and an arm. So we got to put this arm in here because that's got to get heated up. And then the legs of this other Jimmy. Now, this is a tall ask, but if anybody can do it, it's the white trusty hairdryer. I believe in him. The experience this man has, I believe in him to get this done. All right, man. Let's see if we can get it done. This will be probably one of the bigger swaps we've done in a minute here. Oh, man, that came off really buttery smooth right there. We love to see that. We're going to have a ton of these Jimmies left over, but oh man, look at that. Popped right off. Love to see that. That's the kind of stuff we like to see. Love to see that. We love to see when things just switch easily like that. Oh my goodness. What a beautiful, what kind of world are we living in that we're able to just switch stuff like that. And really, I mean, the black sleeve could work, but I don't want the black sleeve, okay? Don't want the black sleeve. I want the white sleeve. Okay, so that J's done that quickly. That's actually insane. So we're going to swap that arm off. Golly, I'm trying to hold back coughs, man. I don't want to cough on you. We're going to pop this arm in here. And you guys won't see the full result until the end. Like, I'll showcase, like, I did not expect these to, but I guess everything's on ball joints now. So it's just crazy. The times that we live in now where things can be switched so much easier, man. So we'll pop this on here, and we'll see at the end for everything on Action Figure Surgery. I do have to dress these guys up and everything like that, but I want to let them cool for a minute while I dress them up, and that way they won't be all loosey-goosey from the heat and everything like that. Alright, man, so here's everything we did today on WWE Action Figure Surgery. I don't think I left anything out here. We had the two Cenas, the Roman, and the different sets of Usos. Kind of crazy all the different Jey Uso figures I have now, kind of assembled like a damn Power Rangers assortment of all the different attires and looks. And I know that next year we're going to get a ton. We're going to get so many Jey Usos. Not only the end of this year, but going into next year, I know that there's going to be a lot. So that is a whole deal there, man. But starting out first, we do have John Cena here, kind of our modern day 2025 heel edition. And I don't like the way the hat fits here, but I don't like the way the hat fits on either of these guys. You can see here, this one's too small, this one's a little too big. So, probably gonna have to, yeah, dude, this is such an old figure. I'm gonna have to get a new one. This one's like so damn bummy, to be honest with you. The fix-up figure looks great aesthetically. It's just he's so old, man. He's been beat to hell and everything like that. So we do got to fix that, but probably we'll end up switching these two at some point. But for now, as placeholders, I think they get the job done. So, I mean, that's kind of what we're going for anyway. I think they look really, really good. We also have the Roman, dude. This Roman turned out sweet, man. I mean, I love it. I think the boots look really, really cool. I don't know about you, but I think the boots work. And I think it could work whether we put the gauntlets on there, which we did here, or not, I still think it works. Like, I like it. I like it for whatever reason. You can let me know. Kind of reminds me of an old school Roman, but I don't know. Also kind of gives me like modern Roman, like 2025 vibes a little bit too. So I could see that, you know, kind of an inverse of his WrestleMania attire, if you will. So that's pretty cool. And then we do have these Usos, which turned out really damn good, man. I'm really happy with the way these Usos turned out. Kind of reminds me of 2016 when they first went heel. You guys remember that? Kind of like revived. Dude, that whole heel turn, I talk about it all the time, but it revived their entire careers. I mean, they were like no reaction on TV. Nobody was caring. And then they turned heel and switched their entire look up and how they had been presented at that point. It was amazing. And so this kind of reminds me of that. I don't know. You guys can let me know. I wish I had different shirts, but I don't know. I still think it works. I think these turned out damn good. I love this. This is sick as hell. I also have another attire in my mind that I want to do, but that may just be like only Fed related one day that I know I can make, but I don't know. No spoilers there. But this Red Uso, or Red J, I should say, looks really good. I did cut the shirt. I got the red sleeve in there, and then it does have the new jogger mold there to tie in. And the crotch pieces pretty much match up perfectly in terms of color. They're not mismatched. You can't even see it. If they are mismatched, you can't even see it. So, especially in person. So I'm fine with that. I can pair this with my Elite 114 Chase Jimmy now, and now I have a pair of both in the same pants, and I love the red sleeve tied in. And the only thing I don't like about these two J's, again, is the Daniel Bryan torso, but with the shirt on there, not as noticeable, right? So it doesn't bother me as much. And then this one is nothing. It's literally just a head swap with the blue rat tail right there, which looks really sweet with the blue sleeve and the blue pants. What a great Elite, man. One of my favorite Elites from last year, and I do count it for last year. I think Elite 114 was the last wave I counted for my top 25 elite figures of last year, if I'm not mistaken. So, anyways, man, that is everything we did today on surgery. I thought it was pretty successful. Everything pretty much came out exactly how I envisioned, and that's all you can really ask for in these moments. So now we got to get a Roman Reigns in those red joggers from the Chase Jimmy. We got to get probably some more promo gears made of some kind out of somebody, maybe whether it's Roman or Finn or somebody we'll have to use, or make some different makeshift attires and stuff like that. So we'll see, man. But that is pretty much going to wrap up the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Huge shout out to our Patreon members, man. Appreciate you fellas so very much for all the support. You guys are absolutely goated. I appreciate all of you so very much, man. But I'd love to know your thoughts on these things down in the comment section below, and what'd you think of today's surgery. But I'm getting out. I'll see you guys next time. Have a blessed one. I'll catch you guys later, and I'll see you next time.